And go.
What's up, MMA Maniacs? It is time for another weekly edition of Split Decision MMA, your weekly MMA podcast coming to you live from the SinCal Studios. Dodger Dennis getting ready to break it all down for you. Lots to go over.
And there's some stuff to break down.
There was a lot of breakdowns happening over the weekend.
This is one of the days where I'm actually glad that we do a show on Friday. Sometimes, a lot of the stuff we're going to talk about gets ran through, and we're bringing it to you after everybody's talked about it. But now
there's so much more that keeps coming out.
Yeah, because it keeps developing. It's like a good soup, actually. We just been boiling that bone.
I feel like it's a good whiskey, like an actual good whiskey.
Not like Jameson.
That wasn't.
Yeah, not like an improper 11 or whatever, something like that.
So anyway, we will break it down. We will get into the events that happened over the weekend. Obviously, we have the big event, UFC 229, to talk about. We had some smaller events. We had some PFL happen.
Oh, PFL.
It possibly happened. It actually did happen. So we'll talk about that. And then we got breakdowns of the fights coming up this weekend. We have two PFL events. Actually, technically, it's one PFL event with two fights on each.
Right.
Two stacks. And then we got two Bellator events this weekend.
Yeah, one with $1 million implications.
Yeah. We're going to see what happens. So we got the
PFL. Both fights have.
Both of these are tournaments, man.
Yeah.
We got two tournaments to talk about this weekend.
Yeah, and like I said, and Dodge doesn't agree yet.
We'll get there.
But okay, we'll talk about it later. But yeah,
we'll get there.
I'm optimistic. I'm excitedly
optimistic. But yeah, and then of course we got all the news that's going to be going on from this past week. So let's start off with this. We got two fighters. Two Ryans are retiring.
The story of two Ryans.
Ryan LaFleur has decided to retire after his last.
What's up, Duchess?
He did lose his last bout at the UFC, so he has decided to put it all aside.
Like we were talking earlier, you can't win them all. You can't.
10 years in the sport, 5 years at the UFC. He says it's just, what? He's just not there mentally and physically anymore. That he decided that it's time to
good for him
down.
Good for him to admit that, realize it, and not have to hear it from a bunch of other people.
I like this picture on his Instagram that he posted where he's tapping his chest. Look at the fucking ripple. He hit his chest hard, man.
Yeah.
I like good stuff like that. It's just some odd stuff.
He means it.
You
can look at the picture and he means it.
The other Ryan is Mr. Ryan James. He has announced that he is going to be retiring as well. He fought 3 full times in last year. I was
going to say not a big name I'm familiar with.
Newfoundland. He's from Newfoundland.
Yeah.
He was 8-1.
Is he cousin to Kevin James at all?
8-1, probably not. 8-1 going into the UFC. 2-2 in the UFC. He did win his last fight, but yeah, he's decided to step down as well. So 2 Ryans retiring.
Hey, again, got to give it up to guys who know when to call it.
Yeah, I mean, you got other guys that are trying to sign with
we got two guys fighting in November who just don't know when to stop.
Just don't know.
Just stop.
Money.
Yeah, I know.
They got the look in his eyes, though. He's got the look in his eyes.
Yeah, am I going to watch it? Yeah. But again,
is it going to be $10?
Yeah,
I hope so.
Yeah, I stop and watch bums fight.
That's how this plays out.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right. Big news for UFC 230, the co-main event. Dustin Porier against Nate Diaz. Was looking forward to this. This was for the
co-main turned to chow main. That's what happened.
The imaginary 165-pound belt, the all-violence belt for this weight class. I was excited about this fight. Has taken a sour turn. Dustin Porier is pulling out.
I think Thanos had something to do with it.
Due to injury. So Dustin Porier is pulling out due to injury. Now there was some guys.
Rumor
out there,
mill is Dustin's injury's been around for a while,
and they just haven't announced it.
Yeah. Again.
There's also
rumors.
Just saying, if you look at the facts, Diaz's brother has never pulled out of a fight due to injury, ever.
Yeah.
So guys just don't want to fight him. When they asked Mr. Nate what he thinks, he said, "I'll just fight Khabib whenever he's ready."
Yeah.
So I guess no other opponent for Mr. Nate Diaz for UFC 230. As far as we know, that fight is completely off. However, they decided to add a little bit to this card. And the first one that they're going to be adding to the card is the new main event.
Why?
Daniel Cormier will be defending his heavyweight title against Derek Lewis.
Derek Hot Balls Lewis,
who survived the hot balls at UFC 229, which we will go over when we do the breakdown.
Hey, everybody.
This is the fight that nobody was asking for, but apparently we're all going to need. I mean, I don't know. I would have liked to see Stipe get a rematch with Cormier, and the rumor mill has been spreading that Stipe was offered the fight. He said yes, he signed the fight, and DC said no.
Because and
then DC said he signed the fight with Lewis because he couldn't turn down the money. Flat out. He couldn't turn down the money.
And he feels he don't have the chance of losing against Lewis as he does have the chance to lose against Stipe. And he admitted it himself.
Yeah, I do like, I saw somebody take the John Malkovich intro from UFC 229 and play it over the promo for this. And they asked that this thing's been going on since July when they last fought on a card together. And they asked Derek Lewis why he was so upset because they were on a press conference and DC says, yeah, Derek Lewis just said he was going to knock me out backstage. That I guess he's coming for my title. Why are you mad at me, Derek? And he's like, because you disrespect that Popeye's chicken. Out there dancing. I don't like you disrespecting that Popeye's chicken. And then there's backstage footage I saw him. They asked him, he's like, you don't really want to knock me out, do you? And he goes, I'll knock anybody out for money.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, this isn't staged. Money, I'll knock you out.
But post fight, again, we'll get into it in a little bit. Post fight, he flat out said, "Man, I don't got the cardio for a championship match."
Which again, I mean,
title event. That's
so we just watched him out punch Stipe, right? So what is Derek? I mean, other than the money, what is Derek Lewis thinking?
I don't know, man.
Because he even said that. Because right after the fight, they're like, "You fighting soon?" He goes, "Hell no, this big ass needs to get some cardio." And they're like, "Hey, we got some money. You want to fight in 30 days?" Yes.
Also, we had Sahara Eubanks obviously was supposed to be fighting Valentino Shevchenko as the co-main event for that card.
Right.
They decided to, for the main event for that card, which many people went, who?
Right.
What? Why?
Which leads me to believe that Sean Shelby and the rest of the fight makers are basically playing a game of Cards Against Humanity, but with players.
Mine's better.
Yeah.
Twitter, what do you think? Is mine better or is his better?
No, that's the fight.
Okay, this is the one we're going to do.
That's the fight.
So they pulled Sahara Eubanks off the card. She is going to rematch Roxanne Modafferi at UFC 230. And now your new main event for UFC 231 is going to be the original second fight for this belt. Joanna Jędrzejczyk going against Shevchenko, because remember, Shevchenko was supposed to fight Montano. Montano had to pull out. They offered this as the consolation prize.
In the new weight class.
In the new weight class, this is for the vacant belt.
Whether you like it or not. Because you liked it before, then they took it away, and they're giving it back.
Yeah, they're giving it back just at a later date when Joanna's ready. Also in the I also like that in the championship shuffle, we are also going to have Mr. Jon Jones against Alexander Gustafsson 2 going down in December.
I really feel like they listened to the podcast last week.
I think so.
It was weird.
I mean, I feel like we mentioned a lot of this stuff should happen.
Let's need it to happen.
I had a couple people point out, man, this is a tough fight for Jones to come back to. Gustafsson actually has been waiting out longer.
Yeah,
Jon Jones.
You thought you had it the other way, and then when you researched it,
he's been out since May. He's been out since July. So I mean, it's not much, but still, both these guys. This is a tough fight to come back for.
Hey, Gus hasn't been gone so long. I seen his face on a milk carton. They were like, "Where's Gus?"
This is a lot to come back to. I think for both guys, I really do. But it's going to be an exciting fight. Also going down, just so you know, on that card.
So think about it.
On that card, we're also going to have Cyborg versus Nunes for the featherweight championship.
So who is the number 1 and number 2 in 205? Because they got to be fucking pissed.
Neither of those guys.
Yeah.
Let's look that up. Let's see what I mean, you know how rankings matter if you go to the UFC rankings website.
Exactly.
We could find out who decided to move who up here and call them out as we usually do. But let's at least look at the rankings. Let's see. In the weight class of the 205ers, who
is
we
it?
got? Bantam, welter, moving ahead.
Fat
good
asses.
Good radio.
No, not so fat asses.
Light heavyweight. DC, DC has the belt, but he will be stripped of his belt the minute this starts.
How is Gustafsson if he hasn't? How is he the number 1 contender? I'm really lost here.
Because idiots do the rankings.
Yeah.
That's why we've talked about this many a times. Ozdemir is number 2. He just lost.
Yeah, but Blachowicz and Latifi.
Yep. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Are you always gonna put Jon Jones in no matter when he comes back?
Apparently, look where we threw GSP where he came back.
He's the number 1 contender.
Look what you did with GSP. And then he got a belt and didn't do nothing with it. I just wanted to prove that I could have it.
Yeah. Why not?
I wanted to avenge the loss against Bisbee.
And then we had PFL 8 happened. This was for the playoffs. Here is your breakdown. Steven Siler, who I called last week, maybe the week before, had to be last week because we're talking about it now, made it all the way. Had to fight twice in one night. So now for your $1 million
I think we took
championship.
I think we picked out Siler and Palmer.
You're going to have Lance Palmer and Steven Siler in the featherweight division.
Palmer deserves it more.
This is pretty exciting.
I think Palmer deserves the $1 million.
Why is he
more.
deserving more?
Because he's fucking Lance Palmer.
Because he's Lance Palmer. I mean, technically, Steven Siler did win on a DQ in the semifinals.
I'm just saying, he's the good Lance.
You know that, right?
What?
Technically, Steven Siler won on a DQ.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, I mean, I'm going to take it if I'm going to get to fight for $1 million.
Yeah.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
Yeah. Take it. Run with it.
Run with it. And then in the heavyweight bracket, let's see if that pops up. There we go. Josh Copeland, man. Somehow, I don't get this. Josh Copeland gets a draw and moves on. Is that because of points?
Yes, it's the point system.
The point system. So he gets a draw with Barrasso, moves on, ends up knocking out Nicholson, is going to be fighting for the $1 million against Philip Lins, who won by submission and TKO in his bracket. That's going to be, I'm going for Lins. I mean, I just have to.
Oh, yeah.
I like Copeland, but you're winning on a draw, bud.
Yeah, if he beat Rochelle, he beat Rochelle. I'll take Lins, even though it's not America.
Not America.
You know, we got to go where you know.
And then, of course, let's talk about the biggest thing that happened over the weekend: UFC 229.
Great card overall.
Great card overall.
From all the way from
Top to
Fight
bottom.
Pass it was great card.
Yeah, so let's cover it before we get into.
Look at that. What do we got? We only had 4 decisions all night.
Yeah.
Out of what is that? 11 fights?
11.
No, 8. Yeah, 11 fights. You had 4 decisions. That's a great night.
That's a great night. So before we get into the breakdown of the main event and the mayhem that had occurred afterwards,
Oh, something happened there?
we will talk about the whole card. So let's start off with the Fight Pass. We had Tony Martin defeats Ryan LaFleur, putting him into retirement. Nick Lentz over Gray Maynard, man. That fight surprised me.
It really?
I think, yeah, I didn't see Nick Lentz as a very heavy-handed guy or a puncher. To me, he's more of a wrestler.
Yeah, but they said he's been working on it.
He's been working on it. He definitely showed that. Yana Kutstakani gets her win over Lena Landsberg.
Right? We said Yana. We've been waiting for this.
We're waiting for her to kind of turn it around.
But it went to decision. So again, come on, Yana.
Yeah.
Let's get with it.
Scott Holtzman, starting off your Fox Sports 1 card. Scott Holtzman gets a win over Alan Patrick.
Eat him. Eat him. Eat him. Eat him.
Lots of elbows.
Lots of them.
Aspen Ladd with some primal fucking screams here, man. Defeated Tanya Evinger. I did not see that coming.
Even though she's a local girl, even though she's a local girl, I was worried. Tanya's a freaking construction worker.
She's a beast.
Yeah, and it's hard. She's from SoCal. Aspen's from up here. I was surprised.
I was too.
Pleasantly, but I was surprised.
And Aspen is apparently one of the nicest people you've ever meet.
And
Just
the physical the physical dominance. Yeah. This is like Tanya was like, wait, no, I don't. Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happened.
Tanya Evinger though is still a badass.
Oh yeah. But again, Tanya's coming up to the end.
Yeah, I think it's we'll see what ends up happening there. Vincent Luke over Jolene Turner, and Hussein Formiga over Sergio Pettis. Sergio Pettis decided flyweight is not the weight class for him. He's going to be moving back to bantamweight after this fight. What do you think about that?
I don't think. Is it going to help him?
I don't know. You feel again Pettis curse, which we will get to here in a minute? These guys don't have your brother fight on the same card.
Right.
I thought you guys put in your contract. Fuck. Michelle Watterson, the Karate Hottie, gets her win over Felice Herrig.
Man.
Called it.
I'm just saying, next time those two fight, it's just going to be me and my old lady watching that. I'm just saying. That's a great fight to watch.
Derek Hotballs Lewis gets the win over Alexander Volkov. Knockout with 10 seconds to go? 10 seconds to go.
It was 11 seconds. The living room I'm in is screaming at Volkov, just stay away from him. Just stay away from him.
Derek Lewis is known for the comeback knockout.
Oh, man.
Especially gets kicked in the gut, has to go doo-doo.
And he's swinging for the fences.
This time, he takes off his shorts immediately after winning. Now, mind you, he is wearing like underwear underneath.
Right.
Takes off his shorts. My favorite, Joe Rogan. Derek, you just won that fight. Why'd you take your shorts off? My balls was hot.
Right.
And he goes, I've been there. Let's talk about the fight. Good for Joe Rogan, man. Let's roll with this shit. I mean,
and then did you hear what he said at the press conference?
Yeah.
I literally had an orgasm. I had an orgasm when I won, and that's why I took my shorts off. It's like, stick with the story, bro.
Yeah.
Either way,
My balls was hot.
I had an orgasm.
I like that. I've seen a couple female fighters go on Twitter. They're like, I'm just gonna start saying, Joe Rogan, Derek Lewis got a title shot for saying his balls is hot. My tits are hot. I'm ready to have a title shot.
Take the top off.
I thought it was pretty funny.
Go soccer style, right? Take the top off.
You get in trouble for that, sir.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. At least you ain't jumping out of the cage.
Dominic Reyes gets the win over OSP. That shocked me. I thought OSP had a little bit more than this,
Yes.
but good for Dominic Reyes, man. I'm interested to see where he goes from here. Your co-main event in a fun fight.
Yeah. But I mean, it's the whole night.
Tony Ferguson gets a win over Anthony Pettis. Corner stoppage at the end of round 2. Anthony Pettis broke his hand in round 1.
And again, in the same living room, we heard it. He's all, it's broke. And then we're like, what? Are they going to let him fight? They're going to let him fight? And then it's like, no, it's called.
Yeah, after that, he definitely, his right thing for the corner to do, and his corner said flat out.
But he wouldn't do it.
If you were in a stand-up Muay Thai where you can't grapple, you can't pull him close, you can't throw the strikes you're going to want to throw, it sucks, man, but you got to do what's best for the fighter. He was getting lit up in this fight. But good for Tony Ferguson, man. Tony Ferguson, he had a press conference pretty much of his own after because of all the mayhem we're about to talk about. I can't listen to Tony talk for more than 5 minutes, bro. He says some good stuff where he's like, I'm the real title holder. I want to fight the winner, blah, blah, blah. And then he just goes off
Rambles.
the rails.
But I mean, it was just like his pre-fight workout.
Yeah.
He had some good stuff, you thought, and then he just starts like hacky sacking a heavy ball.
And he's got the one weight going swinging on this side while he's pumping his fist on that side. Like
Nuts.
He's kicking a metal pole. Like Tony Ferguson, I think, is a weird dude to begin with. And then I think he ups it. I think he turns up the weirdness because he realizes he's got to be interesting for people to watch and listen to.
Well, he's the boogeyman. He's the boogie. He's got to be weird. Yeah.
Got to be a little strange.
He's the boogeyman.
Yeah. Oh, man. Tony Ferguson, good for you, man. We'll hope to see what happens after
Okay, so let me ask you the same question I asked a lot of people. Where did you have this fight at the stoppage?
What do you mean? Oh, I had Tony. I don't know. I think I had Tony winning.
Did you have Tony win?
Yeah, we were watching it. I liked the capoeira shit that they were doing. Anthony Pettis with the handstand, fucking kicks to the face. Was great. That was cool. I mean, we had some stuff off the cage. It was a close fight, but I think I just had Tony win. He's a little more intense. Obviously, Pettis' face was a wreck, too. Now, we always talk about you can't win a fight just from the facial look alone.
Right.
You know, you see GSP always getting beat up even though he's dominant in a fight. But I just think he had a little bit. He was just a little bit more there, a little quicker.
Yeah, we had it.
A little more aggressive.
We had it 19-19.
Pretty close.
Yeah,
pretty close. All right, I can definitely see that. But yeah, I'm excited to see where Tony Ferguson goes from here.
Oh, I was, dude. It was a way better fight than I had thought because Anthony's back and forth.
I like that Anthony's willing to do whatever.
Yeah, and he's been fighting the weight thing. And to watch how those guys just came out and did it, and there was no lax, no feeling out.
No,
I mean they just went after it.
And I like that he's like, you did that cartwheel shit. I can do that too. Just kind of throws.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, and I love when it's like, no, come on.
Yeah.
Let's do it again. No, come on.
Yeah.
I love that, dude. I love that.
Yeah,
even though at any minute somebody could drop. I love it.
Got fight of the night. So each of those guys got an extra $50,000 in their pocket.
Fuck that. There was some stuff in the crowd. Well, let's talk about it.
So your main event, Khabib Nurmagomedov defeated Conor McGregor submission. It looked like a rear naked choke.
The humanity.
People were saying neck crank. It was fourth round, 3 minutes, 3 in. It definitely wasn't under the chin. It was across the jaw.
It didn't even cinch all the way in yet.
Joe Rogan did a breakdown of this where he talked about Dean Lister has this move where it's a certain type of neck crank and choke where the hands are grasped. This back elbow acts as a fulcrum and pushes into your back and shoulder as this is crushing your jaw.
Apparently, because he tapped faster.
And they basically said you can get choked that way, that you are basically choking on your own neck.
Yeah.
When he had it in, it was.
No, I think he tapped on the pressure of the jaw.
Oh, it was pretty tough. Yeah,
it's the pressure of the jaw, and he don't want to have a broken jaw.
No, he definitely does not want to have a broken jaw
because then everybody will know he has a glass jaw.
That's what makes him money. So Khabib Nurmagomedov gets the win, defends the lightweight belt. Is 27-0. Definitely.
No, he's 27-1. He lost to his dad. I've seen pictures of his dad holding the belt and Khabib on the ground.
Khabib on the ground.
Yep.
So then let's get into the breakdown of what happened immediately after. Khabib Nurmagomedov. Now, I've seen angles of this. I stayed up till 4:30 in the morning watching YouTube video after YouTube video after angle after angle.
What's your job?
Trying to break this down, reading things on Twitter. I felt like I was like a Kennedy assassination conspiracy theorist person. Like,
Yeah.
I found this footage. I found this footage.
Yeah.
I found audio from here. So you really have to break down into what happened. I am not taking sides really either way. I mean, I do have a feeling that things got pushed a little over the edge, and this is how this happened. Immediately after the fight,
Well, you need to take a side because there's the right side and there's the wrong side. Take a side.
Khabib Nurmagomedov
No riding the fence, man.
throws a head movement. Some people say he spit on Conor McGregor. Other people say he was just giving him the what motherfucker kind of head nod.
Right.
Walks towards Conor's corner and throws his mouthpiece at the cage. Dylan Danis, Conor's jiu-jitsu coach and friend, and
Who obviously has never worked with him because
and
Conor has
McGregor-
no jiu-jitsu.
Conor McGregor wannabe is talking trash. Joe Rogan confirmed this later in this podcast, saying, "Oh no, we heard all the things that Dylan
Yeah.
was saying." Still talking trash to Khabib.
You Muslim rat.
Khabib shucks and jives and fucking moves
Allegedly.
around a security guard, scales the cage, jumps down.
Dude, the security guard got shook out of his. He lost his jock strap. Whoa, no.
He's up there faster than I.
And that, my friend, was the longest day in his
Security
life.
guard is a big boy, and he got shucked, and he's
Yeah.
like, "Wait,
Well, no. And later in the meeting, they're like, "You had one job, Dave.
Yeah.
One job."
I know, but he's quick. He's a little guy.
Yeah.
So he jumps the cage, jumps onto the edge of the cage, jumps off towards Dylan Danis, gives us this great visual where he looked like he was the Eagle. I mean, he earned his nickname. He was
Yeah.
the Eagle. Hit the ground like a superhero, just and immediately started to go towards Dylan. I have not yet seen any footage. Please, if you guys have it, I don't mind. Dump it on the Facebook
Yeah,
page.
we need it.
I haven't seen any footage where he actually makes contact
Other
with
than
Dylan,
hands to
other
hands.
than a little bit of
Yeah,
this action.
their hands
Some
may have
pushing,
touched.
some
Their
pushing, where security
Don't
separates
think I didn't
them.
realize you just touched me. We'll handle that later.
Jellyfishing.
You know how I am about touching. Don't touch me.
Gets up on him, gets separated. I did see footage of Dylan Danish get pushed back by security into the crowd and start getting hit from behind from the crowd.
Everybody got hit. Yeah, like I'm gonna say, fight of the night. If you go back and watch it, watch the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department guy just starts punching anybody who's in front of him till he can gain control again.
Meanwhile, as Khabib is going over the cage to go after Dylan Danis, somebody from Khabib's corner jumps this cage, runs across the cage, jumps the cage again to stop Khabib, to like interfere or find out what's going on. At the same time, Conor McGregor scales the cage, sees Khabib's guy, throws a couple left hands.
Yeah,
This
connects once.
Connects once. This was footage that people didn't see initially.
So there's another guy who can survive Conor's left. The guy on the fence.
On the fence.
Yeah.
This is footage that a lot of people didn't see initially, and they all just thought that Conor got jumped when in fact he actually.
What do you mean initially? It's some footage some people don't even want to admit exists.
Yeah. They get taken down. Security finally gets both those guys down. They kind of stand off. Conor throws a right as the guy throws a left. They get separated. At the same time, another fighter, another guy in Khabib's corner, jumps the cage, jumps in, hits Conor from behind. That was a little sucker punch. Just buddy sees his guy going.
Oh, yeah.
It is what it is.
But once it's initiated, it's
fair
on.
game. Yeah.
Right?
They get
Isn't that the
everything
rule?
separated. Khabib is meanwhile being pulled around to the other side of the octagon and back in. Daniel Cormier and Luke Rockhold are calming him down, telling him this is not how we want to do this. Like, we need to get this done.
Poor Dad.
He tells Dana,
Dad came in. Come on, kids.
you need to put the belt on me. I want my belt. Put the belt on me.
Biggest bullshit moment
Dana
ever.
White is heard saying on camera, I cannot put this belt on you.
No.
People will riot.
He says, this is how I feel.
Yeah.
If I put the belt on
Yep.
you, the people are going to go crazy. And he goes, I'm not worried about that. He goes,
Yeah.
not you.
Yeah.
There's innocent people that
That
will
are here in the audience
that are going to get hurt.
And he said no. He was going to have to make him walk. He goes, I don't even care if I get arrested. You're putting the belt on me. They get everybody separated. Cans and stuff are being thrown. There are multiple fights in the audience, near the snack bars, in the parking lot.
It spilled out into the streets.
Into the lobby. However, Las Vegas Police Department has said that nobody has pressed charges. No arrests had
It
occurred
was
that
all
night.
mutual combat.
No arrests occurred that night.
Go look at I can't remember what lobby it's in, but the Conor fans, every time a Conor fan gets knocked out, the other fans start going, ole, 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 ole. And then the Khabib fans come back again and then again. And I think that I'd never seen a Khabib fan get dropped.
No, I didn't either.
It was all Conor fans.
Yeah, it was a lot of. They think they could talk trash like their boy.
No, I think they were
can't.
fucking plowed, dude. You don't fight drunk. Don't do it.
3 of Khabib's guys did get held. Conor didn't press charges. The 2 guys
because he knew what he did.
2 guys that jumped into the cage, they got held. They originally at the press conference, Dana White was saying 3 of Khabib's guys were being held. However, Conor didn't press charges, so they were released. At the time, Nevada State Athletic Commission said that they were going to hold everybody's purse. And then they said they felt they saw enough
like a
footage,
Mexican girlfriend. Hold my purse.
They felt they saw enough footage. They gave Conor his purse, but refused to give Khabib his. I think they're regretting that decision now because of all the other footage that has come out.
Right.
All the other footage that has come out, and that people are starting to see. The Nevada State Athletic Commission at the moment has issued both fighters a 10-day suspension.
But let me ask you this:
with a hearing to happen on the 24th of October, so we will know very soon what's going to happen between these 2 guys and what has happened.
Has anybody's purse ever been held by the commission before then?
I don't know. That's something that I would definitely have to look into.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, if that wasn't in my contract or written somewhere, somebody owes me interest for the days that I didn't have that money.
I could see, yeah, all right.
And even at like 2 or 3% interest per day that I didn't get my money on $2 million, somebody's got to come up with some more money.
At the press conference, again, something I watched live, we had Tony Ferguson go on for way too long about his upcoming fight, and then they had Dana come out because there wasn't anybody else to talk to. Flat out, Dana was asked, do you feel that this was the UFC's fault for allowing the things to happen, for allowing Conor McGregor to use some of the verbiage he was using in promoting a fight, and for even using the bus incident footage for promos? Do you think that the bad blood narrative while hyping the fight was what lit the fuse? And he said, no. Anybody that says that's the dumbest quote I've ever heard in my life. You're an idiot, whoever wrote that. The way we promoted this fight was exactly the way that his thing is played out. It's all part of the storyline. In 20 years we've been doing this. We've had plenty of fights. There's been tons of bad blood. We've never had fights after the fights. We've had scuffles, but this is the fight business. A lot of people don't like each other. This is a stupid opinion. Mind you, they took down that footage right away.
I understand that, but pick me.
Yeah, okay.
How many other pre-fight footage has a guy throwing a dolly at a bus? If you can show me another one, I will agree. Dana, the river in Egypt is denial, and you too are in denial.
That's kind of what I said.
And if you're out there and you believe that whatever Khabib did is equal to or more worse than any of all the collection that Conor's done in Bellator, UFC, press conferences. Come on, he threw cans.
Let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
I mean, we have, everyone immediately after I saw many a fight fans, a lot of them Conor fans, a lot of them just watching the sport for maybe the first or second time because it was a big hype fight. That were outraged that Khabib Nurmagomedov jumped the cage and ran after a guy and caused a brawl after.
Let me answer the one thing. Khabib needs to be stripped. And then what should we do with this belt? Give it to Conor.
Why?
Exactly.
So let's look at, again, if you want to look at the history of things, Conor McGregor has jumped over the octagon, left after beating Dennis Siver, and confronted Jose Aldo, who was like 6 rows back into the thing, and jumped out where security...
Jumped out of the ring.
Security had to go separate him.
Jumped out of the ring.
Conor McGregor has thrown cans at the Diaz brothers. Now, mind you, they threw cans back, but let's go with Conor McGregor threw cans at the Diaz brothers.
They hit a child in the Diaz group. They hit a child.
Promoting a fight. Conor McGregor has jumped into the octagon and shoved a referee... As a spectator. He wasn't even a cornerman. He wasn't even allowed to be there as a spectator.
In horrible clothes.
He has obviously flown his friends across the world to throw a dolly at a bus.
20 people premeditatedly got into a plane, flew for hours to the U.S.,
threw a truck dolly through a bus window, injured a couple fighters there, caused a bunch of damage. And again, all of these things have happened, and the UFC has done
Nothing. But now
people are saying that Conor McGregor, he did have to pay for. He was fined for the can throwing incident. He was fined by the police department for the thing. Well, I mean, he got 5 days community service, but he was fined for that thing. He's been punished.
He's never suspended monetarily.
He's been punished. Yes, he's been punished by outside sources. The UFC has never punished him for anything he has done.
Diddly squat.
So now, if they go after Khabib, it seems a little hypocritical. I mean, how could you not punish a guy for all these offenses, but then go, Khabib is, we got to strip him.
Right.
Dana White now has come out and said flat out, he will not strip Khabib of his belt. Because
he knows he doesn't have a leg to stand on if he does.
He said this is all going to be brought down by the Nevada State Athletic Commission. They will figure out what the punishment is. Right now, again, they have been suspended for 10 days. I'm sure there will be some sort of suspension. I'm sure there will be some sort of fine for both individuals.
If they even both get the equal thing, I'll still be fucking living. If they both treat them equal after Conor has all this stuff and Khabib has one thing.
There are multiple videos online breaking this all down, talking about some of the things that Conor has said or alleged to when regarding race, when regarding religion, when regarding politics, all these things that really set off Khabib. But I mean, it is what it is what they say. Dana White says, trash talking's been in sports forever. And we shouldn't change that. That it just doesn't make sense. And nobody's going to change trash talk, and nobody had an idea that Khabib was ever going to do this.
Right. And people jump out of the ring after they win a fight a lot.
That's true.
It's true.
It's very true.
And again, he never really made contact with Dylan. But I have to tell you,
unless you find
that
footage,
waffle stomp was on point, dude. and I like how everybody was quick enough. You would think a lot of people would be liquored up and at least one or two people get caught. Everybody cleared.
And it's
to do superhero style.
Come back.
It was badass.
Artem Lubov, allegedly at the press conference,
Art of Lubov.
Dana White has said that anybody on Khabib's camp that was a fighter and was involved will be.
I'm just calling him Art Low from now on.
Immediately let go. He was supposed to be fighting, I think, Artem Lubov. Soon they said they
do it.
That he does not want. Artem Lubov says, I do not want him cut. I want him to let me punish him the way he should be punished.
Yeah, let's see how this goes down.
Khabib released a statement that says, basically, I don't understand. Why didn't you fire anyone from their team who helped attack the bus, injured people? He says, you didn't say anything about him insulting my homeland, my religion, my nation, my family. Why do you punish my team when both teams are the ones that fought? I do not agree with any of this. In any case, punish me. That Zabara Tukakarov, who is one of the guys who jumped into the cage and hit Conor, has nothing to do with this. If you think,
because multiple people sucker punched Conor.
Yeah, if you think that I'll keep silent when you are mistaken, you cancel his fight, and you can't dismiss that because he hit Conor. He says you basically, he hit my brother first. Check the videos. If you decide to fire him, you should know that you're going to lose me too. I will never give up our brothers in Russia, and I will go with them to the end. That if you decide to fire him, don't forget to send me my broken contract. I'll break it myself otherwise. He said you can keep the money that you're withholding.
And again,
you seem to be pretty busy with that.
Dana is not withholding his money.
Nevada State Athletic Commission is.
It's that.
He says we have defended our honor, and that is the most important thing. Gilbert Melendez was recently on a podcast, or excuse me, I think a TV show where he talked about, hey, I have same respect for my brothers. My brother's getting a fight, and he's talking about the Diaz brothers. Yeah. And he's talking about Jake Shields. The thing happened back in Nashville.
But it's well known with the Rat Pack.
Yeah, Scrap Pack.
Okay, either way.
Happened back in Nashville, back when it was in Strikeforce, and this happened on live TV. Again, there was a brawl that kind of broke out. He goes, hey, I see my guy getting hit or getting talked to. I'm going to jump in. Right. That's what we do. Khabib is no different, except for it is a little bit deeper with the politics, with the nationalism, and all that sort of thing.
And I think Dana even said at one point that thing that happened in Strikeforce is crazy. They don't know what they're doing. Yeah. Something like that would never happen in my UFC.
Well, it's happened
until now.
So I don't know where do you see this going? What is your prediction that the Nevada State Athletic Commission does beyond the 10-day suspension they currently have? What's going to happen?
I honestly, and it's not just because I'm more on Khabib's side. Honestly, I think you give back the $2 million. You tell him you don't do that again, and then you go after the guy who's on his number 4, and you do something to him. I don't think this is Khabib's first thing. First thing.
I think what's going to happen,
and it was passion. It was out of passion. Everything that Conor's done has been out of him just trying
to sell a fight. There's
Yeah.
I did see some footage. I want to see it again. I did see some footage where they captured some audio from the cage. The one that cracked me up the most was obviously Khabib as he's grounding and pounding Conor McGregor.
punch him in the face. Let's talk.
Let's talk. You want to talk? You want to talk some more?
Yeah.
You don't talk too much right now. That was funny.
If somebody's out there, if you can put Machine Gun Kelly's "Let's Talk About It" over that while he's punching, come on, let's talk about it. Come on, let's talk about it. That'd be good.
I did find some footage before, and I'd like to see it again and try to see if that's what I heard. Where as they're getting separated in between, I think it's rounds 2.
Connor's like, it's just
business.
It's just business.
I don't know he's crying, but
stop punching my face.
He is saying it is just business.
But why do you say that? Because you're tired of this guy punching you in the face.
Yeah, I do see a lot of guys. I mean, I have all the talking heads on ESPN and things are now behind kind of Khabib on this, saying, "Look, man, Conor did take it a little too far. I mean, he finally got to a guy who wasn't going to bully him."
What do you mean? ESPN is now saying Conor's the new Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, that he's done.
That he's done, and that he never was a fighter, and that everything was just kind of put in order, and that it was put in place.
I do like the guys that are saying this is what happens when somebody finally stands up for themselves, and you basically bullied him. You said all this trash. They took it. You know, you got guys that are talking about
give Aldo his fight. That's what I want. Give Aldo his fight.
I don't think it's going to happen well for Aldo. I really don't.
I'm just telling you.
Anyway, so yeah, I think what's going to happen, my personal opinion is both guys will get fined. I think it's going to be maybe in the $200,000 range.
I don't think it's right to... If they get the same fine, again, I'll be pissed.
I think it may be more. I honestly think it's going to be more for Khabib since he jumped the cage first.
But he didn't touch nobody.
But he jumped the cage first.
And incited the right.
So I think, I'm saying $200,000 range. I think Conor also gets... I think the suspension is going to be
I think it should be a percentage of their purse.
I can see that. Yeah, like the Diaz thing when they threw the cans.
If they do it a percentage, then I'll feel good because he got 3 and he got 2.
Yeah.
I'll go with that. Equal percentage,
right now,
but it'd be more
10-day suspension. I think past that, they're going to do time served, and I don't think there's going to be much suspension on the days. I don't think so. It's personal opinion.
No, because I think they're going to try to get both these guys on a fight before the end of the year.
Which fight happens first? Khabib versus Nate or Nate versus Conor?
I don't think the Nate-Conor fight's going to happen.
I think Nate-Conor fight's going to happen, and they're going to make Khabib versus Tony.
Really?
That's my Nostradamus pick there. Nostradamus pick is going to be...
The only reason I say that...
Conor and Nate for money.
Yeah, the Conor-Nate thing is because in circles up north, it's Nate tells people all the time,
I don't want to fight him again.
I don't want to give him that fight because right now I have the
He's
tap.
got the juice.
Yeah, he goes, I have the tap over. He was given his fight by the judges, and he knows I have that over him.
All right.
So, and again, if he could get, but let me ask you this: will the Khabib Nate fight do 2.4?
That's what I was gonna say. The numbers have come in. Dana White was originally talking about before this fight had happened that he's expecting them to break the 1.4 before was the original number, right?
Yeah, I don't know what the original number was.
Nate and Conor. That they were going to break that number, that they were going to get 2 million buys. And at first we were like, well, I don't know. And then started kind of building some steam. And we're like, okay, it's possible. And then as he saw the numbers growing, he thought he would actually break 3 million buys.
But
didn't come close to that. They did do $2.4 million in pay-per-view buys, which
but
is
how many people were like you who bought it?
It is the number one event right now. Yeah, people like me who actually bought this event on my laptop because I was at work.
Right.
Okay, and I was like, I'm going to put it in the corner. I'm going to be watching it over here like this. We're going to have this fight on for me and the other bartender because I'll tell you right now, if you go to a restaurant during a major fight like this, you're going to get the best service in the fucking world because there is nobody there.
Right.
I am not kidding. The main event started at 7. We had a trickle down. I called friends that are also working in the industry. They're like, yeah, everyone just left.
Yeah, everybody went home.
By 8 o'clock, everyone started going away. By 9 o'clock when the main event happened, we had probably 2 customers. Oh. So I'm hoping to try to get this event going. I'm trying to get my laptop going, and I could not get it. I have screenshots of just a timeline that's like flurry.
But it's weird. They got your payment.
They got my payment.
But you didn't get the fight.
I didn't get the fight. In fact, I've argued it and sent many an email trying to get my money back.
At least 10.
At least 10. And they tell me that in the small print of buying a pay-per-view...
Says right here in fine print.
Says right here in fine print that if anything is on the user error, it is user error and it has nothing to do with us. Now, mind you, I'm relatively techie. I know what I'm doing. They're like, you need to clear your cookies and then your cache. Yeah, I already did that.
I haven't even ate no cookies today.
You need to reinstall Flash Player. You need the newest version. I already did that. No. Click this link for it. You need to restart your computer. If I do this, I'm losing the chat session. No, it'll still be there. I have screenshots of all this. Nothing works. I still had nothing. I complained to the UFC. I complained. They're like, not our problem. Not our problem. Sorry. We don't refund anybody that had user issue. What they do is they give 24 hours to look up to see if they had broadcast issues. They said they had none. Of course they're going to say they had none.
How do you even know?
Yeah. I don't. I'm never going to know. But I'm never going to get my money, so I will never buy
But you should ask them.
UFC.
You should say, show me the transmission to your...
My laptop, yeah.
Your ISP number?
Yeah. It was very frustrating. So I don't know how many other people had this issue.
I'm betting over 1 million.
I saw lots of streams on Facebook getting taken down relatively quick, though.
Oh, yeah. Well, they brought in a company.
Did they?
Yeah, 2 days before. They
shut them all down?
Yeah, to shut down. And pictures.
Nice.
People said pictures were showing up and then getting took down as fast as they were.
Wow. So yeah, that was the big event that happened over the weekend. We do got a couple fights that are coming up for this weekend.
Nice fights.
PFL is going to be having their, what do we got here? We got the...
No, is it another PFL? No, we're done with PFLs. We're going to Bellator.
No, we got PFL 9, man. That's going on tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
PFL 9.
All right.
PFL 9 goes down tomorrow. We have the light heavyweight and the lightweight mix up there. We got the tournament going on.
Right.
So at lightweight, we got Nathan Schutz, Johnny Case, Chris Wade, Robert Whiteley, Islam Mamedov, Thiago Tavares, Will Brooks, and Rashid Magomedov. Who you taking for the lightweight? Who's it going to come down to? I'm going to go... this fight, to me, is a huge fight. Thiago Tavares and Will Brooks.
Yeah, but Magomedov's going to win.
Uh-huh.
And then Tavares is going to win.
All right. Whiteley?
You think Whiteley over Wade?
I'm going to take Whiteley.
Okay.
I'm thinking... Man,
I'm
Johnny
thinking
Case would be great.
Magomedov against Wade.
All the way down to the
Yeah,
end?
Magomedov against Wade. That's what I'm going.
I'm going to do...
and I'm writing it down so we don't have to go listen
I'm
to the
going Will
episode.
Brooks.
You're taking Brooks?
I'm taking Brooks, and I'll take Whiteley.
Whiteley versus Brooks is yours?
Yeah, yep.
And mine's Magomedov
And who you got?
against Case.
You're taking Case. All right. And then we got in the light heavyweight tournament, we got Vinny Magalhaes, Raheem Cleveland, Bozigit Atev, Emiliano Sordi, Dan Spawn, Sean O'Connell, Maxim Grishin, and Smiliano Rama. I'm taking Vinny Magalhaes all the way, and I'll take Dan Spawn.
Spawn and Magalhaes?
Yep.
Okay.
That's who I'm going for.
And then...
PFL 9 goes down tomorrow. You can watch I think it's the semifinals.
I'm going to take Cleveland and Spawn.
I think the semifinals are the ones that you get to watch on NBCSN. I think that's usually what happens is the other ones are on Facebook Watch, and then they move to that. But we do have...
But it's even though it's Facebook Watch, it's on the PFL page, right?
It's on the PFL page. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
All right. So don't go looking for Facebook Watch like somebody did last time I told them that. Go look for PFL and it's live.
And then we do have 2 Bellators going on. This is all for the heavyweight tournament.
Beefy.
Beefy men's. Tonight we're gonna have in your main card here, Carrington Banks going up against Mandel Nanello. Baby Slice, Kevin Ferguson Jr. going up against Corey Browning, Lorenz Larkin, and Ion Pascu.
Lorenz, you need this fight so bad.
He is the welterweight alternate right here.
You need this fight, buddy.
And then we got in the bracket in the tournament, Roy Nelson against Sergey Karanatonov, and Matt Mitrione against Ryan Bader.
How is Roy Nelson still in the tournament if he lost?
They moved down to the losers bracket, don't they?
All right. I don't know. Their tournament's a little bit more different than I thought.
Yeah, Matt Mitrione and Ryan Bader, though, is the big one to see who gets to go to the finals.
I'm going Meathead.
You're going Meathead? I'm going Bader.
Are you?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going Bader. I like this fight, though. Anybody can win in this one.
Oh, yeah.
Anybody can win in this fight. I really like this fight. Again, this is going down. This will be on the Paramount Network as well as DAZN. I think DAZN still has it, right?
No, both these are...
Just Paramount?
I think both these are on Paramount. I don't know.
It says DAZN right there.
Is it?
But I know it's on... At least this one's on Paramount.
Right.
Unlike the last one who was only on DAZN.
Yeah, well, it only says Paramount for the preliminary. The fight card itself doesn't say where it's at.
I think it's on both.
Okay.
And then
We're not a credible source. Don't quote us.
We also have, this is Bellator 208 going down tomorrow, which I think is really cool that these two are back-to-back. On your main card, you got Henry Cejudo going against Andy Main, Czech Congo, Timothy Johnson, Alexander Shlamenko going against Anatoly Tokov, Benson Henderson going against Sahad Awad, and your main event and in the tournament, we have Fedor Emelianenko going up against Chael Sonnen.
Fedor.
I'm going Fedor.
Fedor. Please, Fedor.
Again, for the semifinal, this is to see who gets to go to the end. Very, very cool. They put them back to back. It's going to be an interesting night of fights over the next weekend. However, I will like to say that at this event at 208, we had 3 guys miss weight and are automatically pulled from the card. All these guys were on the undercard, which was going to be on the free streams. But just to let you know, 3 guys did miss weight.
Right. But because, again, don't they do, even though it says prelim, aren't some of these fights, don't they have post-lim? Where if they don't have time for you at the beginning, they hold you off till after the main event?
I don't think so.
Because I know when they fought in Fresno, they fought till like 2 a.m.
What?
Yeah. Huh. So I don't know how they move it around. Anybody who has any, well, we should ask Rolo.
Yeah.
Next time Rolo's in here, we'll ask him.
Anyway, go ahead and pick yourself up a shirt at shirtsicle.com/STMMA.
Pick up a group of shirts.
Fight Night and Chill shirts, which are very popular amongst fighters and fans alike. You can also pick up our Pride Style shirt and our original shirts.
You know, OG, go OG.
Go OG.
And everything you see here, you can get done in a tank top or it's getting cold. You can get a hoodie.
All of our designs are available in multiple formats, so that's very, very cool.
Apparently, we've been knocked off.
We're not number 1 anymore?
We're not the top seller at this point.
Is it the Woo shirt from
My MMA
News?
Could be the Woo shirt.
They have some awesome shirts too. Cool, classic Wu-Tang style design. Also, check out Strongboard, strongboardbalance.com. I've been standing on it now for way too long. I feel like it's just natural now. I don't even know. It's not even a challenge.
Yeah.
I mean,
when he's walking down the street, if you try to push him over, he's like a weeble wobble. He just snaps back up.
Yeah. The only thing is I'm sure like if I actually wanted to work out on this, I'd probably A, lose some weight, which I probably should do, and B, I'd be a lot more out of breath.
Yeah.
A lot more out of breath. But anyway, get on board, strongboardbalance.com. And then, of course, Dependable Solutions if you're looking to save up to 70% on your credit card business.
Anything like that.
Any swipe actions,
the new one
or the chippy. Yeah, any of those kind of, if you are taking credit cards or want to take credit cards and want to make sure you're getting the best rate possible, check out dependablesolutions.com. And they will save you up to 70%.
Yeah, and if they can't, they'll tell you they can't.
Yeah. They're honest, open and honest. They just want a chance to try your business.
Call them up, check them out, go to their website.
Yeah. And as always, we are coming to you live from the SinCal studios down here in Modesto.
Is it live or is it Memorex?
Oh.
Who knows that?
I remember that. SinCal studios, right next to SinCal Industries on our left here, or on the right if you're on the other side of the screen. And we also got their SinCal glass on the right and or left, depending on what side you're looking at. So we got some great glass options over there for all of your herbage needs, as well as some really great tattoo artists and piercers, and what they do, stickers, they do all kinds of shit over here.
Incense.
Check them out. And anytime you want to come down and check out the show, we got a big live window for you in a lobby where you can play some UFC
3117 McHenry, Modesto,
UFC
California.
UFC 1 on PlayStation. I will challenge you. I am undefeated so far.
But you got to schedule it.
Anytime during the show.
You got to let us know.
I mean, before the show.
Yeah.
Anyway.
All right.
That is it from the SinCal Studios. I am Dodge. That is Dennis. And you guys have a good night. Have a good night at the fights.
Nice. Totally uncool, Kyle.